Well, look, I think governments and governments should be using AI, and we want to support all sort of democratically elected governments. And I think the things I would love to see them use it for, and what we're trying to build our systems to be good for, is things like improving public health, education. I mean, all of these things need to be rethought. The efficiency gains and the amount of good we can do with it, governments could do with it for their citizens, could be incredible. And I think some countries are doing it, like Singapore and UAE, I think, are leaning into these types of use cases. I would love to see it being used for things like energy, like optimizing energy grids. We did that with our data centers and saved 30% of the energy used for the cooling systems. I think there's enormous societal gain from applying AI at scale to these types of areas. So that's what I've always thought about and hope that governments will pick up and use for, and we want to support all of that. Of course, the geopolitics of the world is very complicated right now, and these are dual purpose technologies. And I worry about a couple of use case things that can go wrong with AI. In the bigger picture, as you say, I think sometimes the kind of details people get bogged down in the details. But actually, there's big picture. There's two things to worry about. One is bad actors, whether that's individuals or all the way up to nation states, repurposing these technologies that we're trying to build for good, like curing diseases and advancing material science and energy and so on, for harmful ends, right? And whether that's inadvertently or intentionally. And then the second branch of things I worry about is the AI itself going rogue or going off the rails if as they get more powerful. That's not today's systems, but maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 years, especially as we go towards more of the agentic era, which we're entering now. And by agents, I mean systems that are capable of completing entire tasks on their own. So you can, of course, we want those because they'll be very useful, like as an assistant or something like that. But also that means they'll be increasingly capable and autonomous. And so how do we make sure as one of the frontier labs, and the frontier labs all have to think about this, is the guardrails are put in place that we can ensure that they do exactly what they've been told to do, or the goals they've been given, and they've been specified clearly enough, and there's no way of them circumventing that or accidentally breaching those guardrails. And that's an incredibly hard technical challenge if you think about how powerful and how smart and capable these systems are eventually going to get. So I tend to worry about those that you could call them medium term now, even though 3-4 years is not really medium term. But those are the things I think people are perhaps not paying enough attention to at the moment. I think will be the biggest issues that we're going to have to contend with if we're going to get through the AGI moment in a way that's beneficial for humanity.